You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. Once again, we are here today, and today, just like in time, have another amazing show. We have the true honor talking to our special guest that I feel you're going to really like today, SallyAnn Salsano. It's all about police 24/7. It premieres the second season, January 23rd, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the CW. First and foremost, I want to say thank you. How are you doing, SallyAnn?
I'm doing good, Shamaya. This is awesome. Huge fan of the show. Have heard it when I was out there locally and listened. So thank you for having me on.
Well, let's talk about this, Police 24/7, because I know you are pressed for time. Tell us a little bit about the background, because I understand it's going to provide a lot of raw, unfiltered access to the daily lives of these law enforcement officers.
Yeah, I would say our country keeps these guys on their toes. That much I can tell you. I think we all sit on our sofas and, watch shows like this and we're like, what is going on? There's no way this is what's happening. But in one day, they're getting a ton of calls and you don't know what's going on. I mean, we all come to work. All of us go to work, right? Being like, woo, that was a crazy day. I think you don't know the half of it until you have this job. And, they're better than me because I'm too much of a coward.
When you look at the opportunities for America, if you will, to have behind-the-scenes insight on what these officers have to deal with, what's some of the authentic things that you hope can come across the screen for our audience to appreciate what these officers do?
I think they're no different than us, to be honest. And that's the biggest thing. It's they don't want stuff to go haywire either. Listen, you make a mistake, you do something wrong, no matter how big or small it is, be cool. If you get your hand, if you get caught with your hands in the cookie jar, if everyone's cool about it, it's almost better for everybody. There is something in cooperating and there is something in when you're busted, you're busted, and people are going to make mistakes. Some of them are going to be mistakes and some of them are going to be people are deliberately out there trying to, cause some shit. But that being said, you have to, you have to respect each other. And I think it's mutual. Everyone has to respect everybody.
When you look at the production and the things that happens behind the scenes to put all this together, how do you decide which stories or cases to feature on each episode?
We try and make each episode almost like a snapshot of what happens in a real day. And some days you get one something calm, then you're on a chase, then you're here. It's I think each episode is really a pretty good slice into what a shift would look like. Even though we're cutting back from city to city, we try and keep it kind of normal and accurate.
And also when you pick locations, when you're looking at who you're going to feature on the show, what does that process look like in trying to select where you want to go?
It depends. Sometimes you just get a feeling, in talking to people, you're all right, this is great. And it's just people that they're doing the same thing, whether we're there or not. That is the most important thing. If you feel people are too excited, but you want people that are just we're police officers, we're proud. And this show should actually, run as recruitment, and show what they're doing and have people in the community be hell, I want to be a part of that.
Once again, this is I Am Refocused Radio talking about the show Police 24/7. It is going to premiere its second season, January 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the CW. We're talking to the one, the only SallyAnn Salsano. And when you look at your career, you're a legend. I'm just going to have to say that so everyone do their homework. They can Google it if they want to. But when you look at all the different projects that you've been able to work on, looking back, what do you feel is your common thread that has allowed you to have the kind of weight of success you have?
You know what? I think it's trust of people. I think that in order to get in there, if you can just tell people look, I can only, air what you give me. Just be yourself, get out there and trust the process. No one's ever been disappointed. It's I do Jersey Shore and those kids every day show up and are themselves, whether people are going to agree with what they're doing or not. And then as we talked about right before we went on air, working with, Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart, Stewart was probably the one that I was like, okay, this has got to go good. It's got to go good. Because I was taking a guy like Snoop who had never really put himself out there in a comedic way and, in a different light. And I was like, just trust me, if you go with this, everyone's going to see like how fun, how great. And you are just like, he's America's uncle, and, when you get to know him, it's a whole different thing behind the scenes. And you know what? Like, I love that. I'd like to think that, you make a difference in showing people a different side of what people see. And that's what I like. Take something that people think they know that person. And then you're like, how do you show another side that just surprises them? And that's our goal every single day, whether it be on Police 24/7, whether we do Miss Pat Settles It for BET, and she's like that. She keeps you guessing every day. The cast of jurors, Snoop and Martha, just like straight across the board. We did it with The Real. We produced The Real, and that show was the same thing. Like, those ladies got out there, and the stuff that came out of their mouth every day would keep you guessing.
Once again, talking to our guest, SallyAnn Salsano, and all about the Police 24/7 premieres the second season, January 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the CW. If you had anything you want to say to America as they prepare to get ready to get excited for this new premiere, what do you hope that they will be ready for once it starts going?
All right, get it, watch it, put yourself in everyone's situation. And I would say if you ever find yourself in a bad situation, number one, just be cool. And number two, don't wind up on the show. I beg of you.
Some good advice right there. That's some good advice. Once again, I want to say thank you to our guest today, SallyAnn, for your time.
Thank you so much, dude. Good luck.